When Queen Elizabeth II passed away, the world mourned the loss of not just a monarch, but a living embodiment of British history. For more than 70 years, she had been a symbol of stability, grace, and continuity. Her reign had witnessed extraordinary political, social, and cultural changes, yet through it all, she had remained the steady hand guiding the monarchy through both calm and turbulent times. Her passing marked the end of an era, leaving behind a legacy that would forever shape the history of Britain. But while the world mourned her death, the events unfolding behind the closed doors of Buckingham Palace were nothing short of extraordinary. The royal family, still reeling from the loss, would soon face a series of revelations that would alter the monarchy's future in ways few could have imagined. As Prince William, the future king, sat down to carefully read his grandmother's will, the royal household braced itself for what was to come. The will, a document that had been kept under lock and key for years, was not just a simple allocation of wealth and property. It contained decisions and secrets that would redefine the family dynamics and set the course for the monarchy's future. For William, the weight of this moment was immense. The Queen had always been a guiding force in his life, offering him counsel and wisdom as he navigated the complex world of royal duties. Now, with her passing, he was faced with the daunting task of honoring her legacy while simultaneously preparing to take on the mantle of leadership. The burden on William was heavy. In addition to the immense responsibility of preparing for his future role as king, he was also dealing with personal crises that would test his resilience and character. In 2024, the royal family was rocked by two shocking cancer diagnoses, one involving his wife, Catherine, and the other his father, King Charles. These diagnoses sent shockwaves through the family, adding a layer of personal turmoil to an already difficult year. The future king was now not only the heir to the throne but also a son and husband facing a family in crisis. Despite these challenges, William remained committed to his royal duties, holding fast to the advice his late grandmother had given him about persevering through tough times. But it was not just the health issues within his own family that would define William's role during this period. The revelations contained in the Queen's will were about more than just personal wealth. They held the blueprint for the monarchy's legacy, laying out decisions that would affect the royal family's future structure and influence for generations to come. The Queen's wealth had not only been derived from her royal duties but also from personal investments, art collections, and private ventures. It was vast and complex, but the allocation of this fortune had remained a closely guarded secret until now. One of the most shocking revelations from the will concerned the fate of royal properties, particularly Buckingham Palace. For generations, it had been assumed that the palace was a family heirloom, passed down through the royal lineage. Yet, in a surprising turn of events, it was revealed that Buckingham Palace was not owned personally by the Queen but was, in fact, part of the Crown estate. This revelation sent shockwaves through the royal family and the British public, as it marked a departure from centuries-old traditions. What did this mean for the future of the monarchy's assets? Would the Crown estate, and by extension the royal properties, be handled differently in the future? The implications of this decision were profound, raising questions about the monarchy's future structure and its relationship to the British public. But the revelations didn't stop there. The Queen's will also contained a host of priceless heirlooms, sentimental treasures, and pieces of royal history that held emotional significance beyond their material value. These items, artworks, antiques, and jewelry, had been carefully chosen by the Queen to pass down to specific family members. For Prince William, the reading of the will marked a defining moment. The decisions made by the Queen not only reshaped his role as the future monarch but also set the stage for a new era within the royal family. Some members of the family received more than they had ever anticipated, while others were faced with unexpected omissions. The symbolism of these choices was significant, as they represented not just material wealth but also power, influence, and responsibility. As the world learned of the contents of the Queen's will, it became clear that the monarchy was undergoing a profound transformation. The decisions made by the late monarch had set the stage for a new era, one where the monarchy's future would be shaped by a delicate balance between tradition and modernization. In the weeks leading up to her death at Balmoral Castle on September 8, 2022, the Queen had begun to reflect on the royal family's evolving dynamics. During a private drinks reception, she shared her candid thoughts on Meghan Markle, a figure who had long been the subject of public fascination and controversy. The Queen, known for her grace and discretion, shocked those present when she described Meghan in stark terms. "Evil," she said. It was a word that seemed out of character for the most forgiving woman on earth, but it reflected the Queen's growing frustration with the situation. At that moment, the Queen was no longer the monarch who had spent decades carefully managing public relations and maintaining royal decorum. She was a grandmother, expressing her honest opinion about a member of the family whose actions had caused significant turmoil. Sources close to the Queen at the time revealed that she saw Harry's marriage to Meghan as a catastrophe, a situation that had become increasingly difficult to navigate. By this point, the Queen's health had been in sharp decline, and she had only months left to live. Despite her health struggles, she seemed deeply regretful about how things had unfolded, and her candid comments about Meghan were a reflection of that regret. As whispers of these revelations spread throughout the royal household, the monarchy found itself at a crossroads. Queen Elizabeth II's final will did more than divide her estate, it redefined her legacy. It bridged the past and the future, challenging long-held traditions and raising critical questions about the monarchy's future direction. Would the monarchy be able to adapt to the modern world, or would these revelations signal the end of an era? The stability of the monarchy now rested on the choices made in the Queen's final documents, and it was clear that the future of the royal family would depend on how these decisions were handled. Prince William, burdened with the weight of these revelations, found himself at the center of the monarchy's transformation. "I don't envy his role at the moment," one royal insider remarked. "He's got a lot on his plate." As the future king, William was not only responsible for upholding the monarchy's traditions but also for navigating the complexities of a modern world that demanded change. He had to balance his personal responsibilities as a husband and father with the expectations placed on him as the heir to the throne. William is handling it as well as he can, especially with a wife who's been seriously ill and 3 children who need support and comfort, the insider added. The challenges were immense, but William remained focused on the advice his grandmother had given him: "You've got to be seen to be believed." This advice, which had served the Queen so well during her reign, now became William's guiding principle as he faced the daunting task of leading the monarchy into a new era. As Prince William took on more official engagements and navigated the difficult terrain of royal life, it became clear that he was prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. His maturity, common sense, and empathy were evident in every decision he made, as he honored his grandmother's legacy while simultaneously forging a path toward the future of the British monarchy.